Terra Luna Classic surged 250%, volume surged 1100%, everything got a little bit crazy. Let's break down exactly where we are, let's break down exactly what's going on, and let's make a prediction about what's to come next. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. First, let's start with Fibonacci. Fibonacci says from the impulse move to the bottom top range, we are now back in that golden zone. Now, if we are in the golden zone, then you have to ask yourself the question, and I always tell you what I think, and what I normally think is, in the event that we get a move like this, then the move is going to be, after that full move, it's going to be a breakdown into this range. Then it's going to be followed by a run up to the 236 if we have some strength and if there's a reason for people to keep buying. That range is currently 4068 right now, as evidenced right in this range right here. So what I expect to see happen right now is we've had this move, then we had the pivot to the bottom. Now we're going to have a rally. And then the question from there becomes what happens after that. And it would be my belief that we would end up into this zone right here. So I do think that we're coming down. By the way, there's nothing right now happening that would cause a massive continuation of this rally. We are fortunate that we got the rally, but what we would need at that point would be, of course, a breakout above that 408 going into what I ultimately think is, based upon where we currently are, based on this entire move right here, that 618 is sitting at 3 zeros, 17,239. Now that is the golden ratio. So in the event that we were to actually have a breakout, then we're talking about 3 zeros, 17,239. But that's not really the big move. The big move is going to be from the pivot high to the pivot low. And that pivot high and pivot low puts us at 27, I want to say. Puts us right here at about 28 right there. So I think that we could have a really good move there. I'm not sure that it's going to happen, but I'm going to be watching it every day, and I will let you guys know as the opportunity presents itself to give you the data, hopefully before it even happens. But it would be my estimation right now that you should go long right now for this position here with an expectation of a move to 4068. After that, I expect we're going to have a large come down. People are going to eventually realize there's not really anything powering this other than sentiment, and it's Duquan and it's Ian Allison wearing a Terra Luna Classic shirt at a symposium at Bitcoin Dubai. So that was all that happened, and when that happens, then some people are going to come in, they're going to be like, you know what, I think this thing actually has a chance to move. They're going to find out that market module is out there. They're going to find out pieces, and they'll be interested. Now let's move on. Burns over 2 billion. This is what I told you we always need to have over the 7 days. And what's happened is we had 691 million burn 3 days ago. Then yesterday, day before yesterday, we had 308 million burn. Then we had another 275 million starting to come down, which means that volume is starting to come down as well, which means that it's not going to be that good. Now to start off today, we're at 1.71 million. That's nothing. It's, you know, it'll get louder and louder as we go. We'll have a nice little burn again today. I'll show you why in just one moment. Before we go any further, risk-based gaming, guys. TerraCasino.io on Sunday nights. There's a poker tournament sponsored by WeSo World and Terra Casino. Great opportunity for you to win some cash. And there is also a 200-pound weekly free roll as well. And there's an opportunity right there for you. All you have to do is sign up, start playing a little bit today. It's not expensive. Just go and start playing a little bit. Terraport is where you go if you want to buy utility coins or meme coins. If you don't like Terraport for whatever reason, WeSo World is your place to go. Go check them out. When it comes to DEXs, however, it looks like Terraport is still the king, coming in at a robust $43,000 in volume. The 7-day volume is now 182,445 for the month, 445,000. That is a huge number. The problem, however, let me just point out the problem here is all of the volume is coming from exchanges because people are trading on exchanges, because we still have a tax on our ecosystem. We got to get rid of that tax. We've got to have enough volume over here to support everything that we're building over here. And at present, I don't think and I don't feel that we do have that. So we need to come up with a mechanism by which we zero out some of these burns and or not burns, but the burn taxes, so that we get that to zero, so that people have a reason to come on chain and don't have to pay a penalty. People don't want to pay a penalty. Now, there's a lot of news articles coming out right now. Don't get any of this twisted. Ian Allison went on stage. That's this gentleman right down here. He went on stage. He was wearing a Terra Luna Classic shirt that caused a spark in the rally. Has really nothing to do with Do Kwon. Do Kwon's going to be sentenced in exactly 7 days from today. So I don't think that that's a thing. However, because Ian Allison did that, we could see a continuation of the surge because we're getting to that point for Do Kwon. Okay, we might see some kind of we might see some news that might move the chart one more time. So position yourself accordingly based upon that. I would be buying on spot. I wouldn't be using leverage position at this point, but again, because the most likely scenario is a move to the downside. On the Agora, by the way, if anybody knows how to turn this black, let me know, because damn. But it looks like we're going to have another run at the Lunk Forex Genesis and the EUTC repeg. So that is also in discussion right now. If you are interested, it's agora.terra-classic.io. You can check it out. Designate Agora as the official forum for Terra Classic. Looks like it's we've got mostly abstain right now. A lot of yes so far, some no with veto. Greenpeace, no with veto. You know, progress. You got to know where it's coming from. You got to know if you're going to stop progress, there's one person here that's going to stop progress. Also, 275 million in volume. Remember, this was about $1 billion in volume just recently, so it was a really good run. And by the way, this is going to mean an incredible amount of burns from Binance for this for going into January, starting the new year. So we could see something really, really awesome happening with a rally because of the number of burns and stuff like that. But that's not going to be in, I mean, we got 3 weeks for that to happen. So I wouldn't put too much on the burn protocol, but I would at least recognize that you're going to have a shocking amount, because remember, we burn about 500 million with about $10 million in volume every day. We've had $1 billion in one day. That's going to be, you know, we're at probably 2 billion right now for Binance burning, maybe 3 billion at this point. Like, they're going to have a significant burn. I'm telling you guys, there's going to be a significant burn. And today, 275 million in volume. And when you go to the markets, it really is Binance for the most part. So, you know, Binance with small amounts burns significant supply. This could be a really, really crazy number. Now, USTC was trading at about 1.4 cents at one point, now swinging its way back down. Yeah, it was up to about 1.2. Let's call it 1.3 cents, back down to 0.0089. Again, the amount of the steam is wearing out. And by the way, if you want to, I'm not promoting or sponsored by, or I have nothing to do with these guys, but Leonardo is still working on getting the ceramic stuff up and running. USTR, you use your USTC, you get USTR, you hold UST1. That's, you know, the repeg process. This is something that they are doing. If it gets a little steam, you know, you never know what's going to happen there. I don't know too much about it. I you know, look, they've got a lot of what they think is going to happen. I don't know that to be the case. Here's what I know, okay? We had a great run the last couple of days. Let's not take anything away from that. Let's see how this market responds. I expect to see 4068 coming very, very soon. Another nice little run here over the next, you know, maybe by the time you view this, because I'm filming this on a Sunday night. By the time Monday morning gets around, you might see an actual rally happen. I don't know for sure, but you know, let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.